Welcome to the exclusive Business Express Audi S8. We are going to give a summary of this car, our impressions of it over the few days by racer, NASCAR driver and racer, Carrera Cup racer, Alx Danielsson. And he's actually driving the car right now.
Yes, I am.
Alex,
Yes.
do you feel at home in the car?
You know, we've had this discussion with Audis before, you and I love Audis, so I feel right at home.
And would you say is it a sporty car, even though it's so large?
I think sporty is stretching it, and I don't think actually Audi intended for it to be sporty.
Yeah.
I do, however, think it's an amazing feat, this car, because it's just a very fast executive saloon.
I think it's, also quite much faster than the, say, Mercedes S-Class or a BMW 7 Series. I think it feels, when I drive it, it feels not as a 5 Series, but close to it. It feels, it gets smaller and smaller the more you drive it.
And also it's got that planted Audi Quattro feel. You don't have to worry about losing traction.
Yep.
And if anything, you know you're gonna lose the front end, not the rear end.
Exactly.
The classic Audi understeer, which sort of gives you that calm feeling. But that's all in performance driving, right? So I had the car for a couple of days to live with it.
Yep.
I had my kids in the car, the wife, she drove it. And I have to say, apart from the car is actually fantastic, I have to be honest. It's just awesome. But if you have this amount of money, Gustav, are you going to spend it on an Audi or a Porsche Panamera?
Yeah, it depends. A Panamera Turbo, is that slightly more expensive or around the same price?
It's probably as close as makes no difference.
Yeah.
Because this is horrendously expensive, this car.
Yeah.
And I have an Audi A5 myself. It's a 2010, so it's a couple years old. It looks the business, so I made it look nice. And I could get about 8 of those cars for one of these.
But this,
so the A5 is enough, really. It's a nice car.
For you, maybe it's enough. But when you've driven this, then you want this.
We had that discussion. Me and my wife said, okay, so how are you gonna get one of these now?
Yes, exactly.
But
that's a valid question.
So who's buying the car? We talked about this. This is black, this car, with the blacked out windows, and we thought, well, it's a bit like a limo.
Yeah.
So Gustav's in the back, right? So I'm his limo driver right now.
Yeah, you kind of feel like a Uber driver. It's like it should be maybe a bit more sportier color, like a blue color. You can see here you have this all these things, all electricity. It's so much work to do like this, so it's good to have it electrical, tinted windows and this electric. But it's great comfort. I have my own climate setting here. Oh, that's why it's so cold. 16 degrees. I'll put it up to 20 degrees. And because it's kind of unique, this car. It's so sporty, but still so large and huge. And this like beautiful V8 RS6, RS7 sound. You have this 8-speed gearbox. It's like grrr, grrr, it just throws in the gears. Can you just redline it some?
Absolutely, I will do that in a minute, because we got the law coming past us with the blue lights on, so I'm just gonna let that happen first. And then we can go on it.
Yeah, but you could slow down and do it up to 70.
We're in manual mode now.
Yep.
3rd gear. And why don't you just watch this guy disappear? Okay, I'll go to 2nd, because it's insane. 2nd.
Nice. Thank you.
It actually hurts your neck a little bit. Okay, here's the login.
Yes.
We're actually turning off here. So,
yes.
Okay, let's say it's not for limo driving, maybe, because it's a bit extreme. You probably want the chauffeur to have a slightly less powerful car. And you mentioned mafioso, just because it's got that raw look on it.
Yeah.
And it's got a bit too much rawness for it to be a limo. as well. You'd probably go for an A8 diesel or something.
Yeah, for the range also. I mean, you could fuel up for. I mean, I fueled up for 130 euros or something. So the range is okay on this car, but it's in a diesel car makes more sense. Then it could do like 1,200 kilometers, 1,300 kilometers.
I mean, I have to say, coming out of the A5 diesel,
this
is just horrendous. The amount of fuel you go through. I mean, even cruising, it's just ridiculous. We're in 4-cylinder mode right now, so it should not use so much petrol, right? But it does.
But the amount, it's worth it because the amount of fun.
It is, yeah. Because again, if you can afford to buy this car, you're not gonna worry too much about the price of gas.
No, it's the same with the, I mean, it's same with the RS6, RS7 driver. They don't buy the car for consumption. They buy it for fun. I mean,
let me talk some about these functions here.
Yeah.
We've been cruising now in comfort mode. Okay, so it's nice. It's amazing on speed bumps. I don't know if you noticed. So I have my individual setting to all dynamic except for this is the suspension. It's in comfort. Right, so that's how I like to run the car around town. If I'm on the motorway, like the highway, I like to go to the full dynamic setting, and I can do this here. Also, something this car does, and I actually used it once to try it when we were parking up at a flea market, believe it or not.
Yeah.
With this car, just made me laugh. You can raise the whole car.
Oh, that's right.
It does go up quite a lot when you press this button. And you get a little arrows, let me show you.
Yes,
so now we're going up right now.
It goes up like
a fair amount.
100 millimeters or something. Or
yeah, you got a tall car after that.
Yeah.
So you can negotiate the road to the country.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah, because it's a 4-wheel drive, so it's probably quite a good car to drive in the winter. And
the steering is also very adaptive. You can have a very light steering or a heavy, like dynamic mode steering. The steering wheel itself indicates sportiness. It's quite small. I was surprised how small it actually is.
Yeah.
And you got the other features here, like the night vision camera. I'll get that started. You don't really need it because the lights are really good on this vehicle. So, but there you go. You can see a bit further where it's all black from where I'm sitting. I can actually see a bit further. It's also good if you got pedestrians walking in the middle of the night, and you, let's say they're not wearing any reflective materials.
Yeah,
they show up nice.
And if you're driven this car on the limit, as we saw on the airfield, like really ESP off, all out.
Yep.
Like until it loses traction. How is it on the limit and when it loses grip? How does it behave?
It's very easy, but you have to provoke it a lot because we don't have the benefit of throwing it into a slide with a handbrake.
Yeah.
Because you only got this thing.
Yeah.
The electronic one.
Yeah.
So you can't really use it. So once you get it into slide, you're prepared for it because it won't let go if you don't really mean it.
Yeah.
And once it does, it's easy and it drifts nice. But it will eventually go to understeer, just the way everything is hooked up, I guess. Even though you turn everything off, I don't think it's off. Yeah. Something is slowing it's like it's backing off the power.
Yeah.
Until it just, stops.
Oh, so it's maybe something that's hindering it still in ESP.
But you can get it to actually lose traction, sure.
Yeah, and I mean, do shorter drifts, right?
Yeah.
But it always comes out. It always comes out straight because of the 4-wheel drive.
Yeah.
I mean, what would it take for this car to, I mean, ESP off and do a 180? I mean, ice or like
probably ice or wet weather.
Yeah.
It almost started raining, and we were like, yeah.
Yes.
And it'd be interesting to see what it's like when you take away some friction.
Yes.
But it didn't, so we don't really know. I think it probably would be better, but as soon as it senses sliding, I think it's gonna start backing off something.
Okay, even though ESP is off.
Just a hunch, I don't know. Yeah. Maybe there's some secret combination.
But because
we did the 2-step, so I don't know what's after that.
I saw when you went all out, I mean, all the 4 wheels were spinning. It was like smoke along all the side of the car, and it's like it looked really fast, and you could feel the heat from the car from like 4 meters away. When you passed about 50-100 kilometers per hour, I could feel the heat of the car. It was so hot.
Yeah, man. To be fair as well, we pushed this car.
Yeah.
and it didn't fail.
No, exactly.
It kept going, and we did high-speed runs. We did slower speed runs with turns and a lot of braking.
Yeah.
And the brakes still felt great.
Yeah.
No brake fade, so...
Even though it's steel brakes.
Yeah, and this car, I don't think it's meant to do all those things.
No, but it actually
will
did.
take it. Yeah.
And I mean, how would this be? Like, if you say not on a tight track, but like a longer track, maybe Nordschleife. I mean, of course, Nordschleife is extreme, but I mean, it wouldn't be that bad because it has the grip, it has the balance, and it's not too heavy.
Sure, and it's sort of one of those vehicles that it gives you confidence.
Yes.
Even if you're, not used to high-speed driving, because it's so calm.
Yeah.
You get into a rear-wheel drive car, normally, it's a bit more tail happy.
Yeah.
Which means you are a bit apprehensive when you try to go fast, especially like a place like the Nordschleife.
Yeah.
But hey, by the way, we're in the raced mode right now. Can you even feel it?
No.
It doesn't feel higher, does it?
No.
I'll put it back down anyway. But there we go, going down. See.
And if you would say go to the limit, and if you would do a mistake with it, what I felt is that kind of the most common mistake is that you go into a corner too fast, and it's like understeers straight into the ditch or something like that. Even in high-speed corners, I felt like, wow, it felt a bit too late. You understand how heavy it is, so that understeers.
I will say this as well for the handling. The car changes direction really well.
Yeah.
Like when you go fast, we're going slow right now.
Yeah.
But when you go fast, it sort of points and squirts really well.
Yeah.
So it makes it seriously quick on like a highway situation.
Yep.
Changing lanes or whatever. But when you're actually turning the whole car around, well, that's different, because when you're changing direction like 90 or 180 degrees, that's when you can feel the actual weight.
Yeah.
Yes, it's got that aluminum body, but it's still heavy. So it's because it's big. Are we all right?
And have you driven the S-Class or 7 Series of the later generations?
I have.
You have?
Yeah.
And I mean, they must feel like a couple of 100 kilos heavier, or?
I don't think so. Maybe the S-Class.
Not as sporty.
The new one, I haven't driven the new one, but I've driven the 7 Series.
Yeah.
I didn't think that felt pretty good to me.
I mean, I drove a 750 Li X-Drive. I mean, to be fair, it was the long wheelbase version and X-Drive. I mean, it's hugely stable at higher speeds, but it didn't feel as low and as nimble as the S8 did after a while. Like, it feels smaller and smaller, but when you come into the city and small corners, you feel that it's a really big car.
Yeah.
But
hey, let's talk some more about features. Like, there's one feature I haven't figured out yet. The steering wheel is heated.
Oh.
And it does it sometimes.
Yes.
So it will get up to like a temperature, but it won't get hot.
Yeah, because
It
then
just
you can hold it.
makes it a little bit warmer for you. So right now it's gone warm.
And the massage in the chairs was like really advanced.
Yes. Let me just get that wave action going.
Yeah, it's like you could have different types of massages. Wave, stretch. Like for the back, it's like incredible.
Yeah. No, these seats, I have to say, like the way that you can adjust them, it's amazing.
It's out of this world.
Yeah. You got so many adjustments. Well, so okay, maybe the Mafia also won't buy him. I mean, I'm thinking Ronin.
Yes.
A little bit.
Yeah, exactly. It was S8, correct.
Yeah, but I'm also thinking limo drivers, not the S8, maybe an 8 Series, but it's just a bit too aggressive to ride around in. So who will buy it?
But that's what I want. If I wouldn't want if I must have choose like a S-Class or like a large car in the S-Class size, I would choose a S8, S65 or Alpina B7.
Well, that's three different cars though.
It is, but
if you have to choose one.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, the round the year version is the best is of course the S8 because it's 4-wheel drive. It's sporty. I mean, drag racing S65 probably best for higher speed, pure acceleration. I don't know how that is to drive, but the S8 really feels nimble with the grip. I mean, it's grip at all speeds thanks to the 4-wheel drive, and it doesn't feel that heavy. Sure, it's big, but not that heavy.
Let me ask you, Gustav. Let's say I'm the owner of this car.
Yeah.
I'm 33 years old.
Yeah.
I have a wife and I will have 2 kids in the back.
Perfect.
Okay, but what would that say about me when I step out of this car? What statement am I making?
Successful businessman.
Do I care about cars or not?
You care about cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, you care about cars, but you must have a huge car, and maybe you need a lot of space and like a safe car.
But why would I not buy an RS6?
Yeah, I mean it tells that you are maybe you want more exclusive touch than sportier touch. If you would much more sporty, you want the RS6.
And that's the funny thing about this car. I believe you're actually making a statement by not making a statement a little bit with this car. Do you know what I mean? Because if I had one,
yeah,
that would put me in a league where I'm not choosing the car I should choose, probably ought to choose with this RS6. I would go for this one, and like I'm so cool I can be discreet about it. I don't have to have a Ferrari.
Yeah, I mean, in one way, I think this.
Because you could buy a Ferrari with this money.
Yeah, I mean, this is more discreet than the RS6, I would say. I mean, it's sportier but more discreet.
It's less obvious too.
Yes, but still, it's.
I mean, I switched to dynamic in this thing, and I would like to go one more step stiffer.
Yeah.
I mean, you got soft and you got slightly less soft.
Yeah.
But you don't go to if you go to dynamic in RS6, you can feel it.
Yeah.
And when you're comfort, it's nice and relaxed.
Yeah.
This is just a slight step.
Yeah.
I would like to see, just for fun, the RS8. How bananas would that car be?
Exactly. To like have 620 horsepower, 640 or something. Yeah.
I like super stiff suspension, even bigger wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would like that. But in the meantime, I think this car is pretty impressive, and like it's such a nice place to be. It's nice and quiet.
What do you think about the gearbox, the 8-speed gearbox?
I mean, I love it.
Automatic gearbox.
I was surprised how close the ratios are.
Yes.
Ba, 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 ba.
It's really fast. I mean, it makes the car like to the right here. Yeah. Or let me think. Or where are we? Yeah, Arne is to the right.
Straight.
Oh, straight. Yes, that's
Straight.
right. That's straight.
Okay.
Sorry.
Keep talking. I'll launch it.
Yes.
Please.
And yeah, it's as all modern cars, it has auto start and stop.
Turn it off.
Yeah, it's that's somewhat annoying. You always think something like wrong with the engine, and then it's like, no. It's
How do you launch it if you're auto stop?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Okay, stalling it. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. No.
Oh yeah. Yeah, really
And
close.
50 kilometers.
Yeah, it's really tight gears. Like, I mean, I was thinking, why don't they do an 8-speed double clutch gearbox? That would be something.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe they're trying.
I mean, imagine that. I mean, because right now they only have 7-speed gearbox.
Maybe it's very heavy.
Yeah, exactly. Weight. That's what I thought also. But
Anything else you'd like to discuss? I mean, there's so many features. We just spoke about a few.
Yeah, I mean,
too much.
on the it has double glazing on the windows, so that makes it even more silent. So I think on the airfield you really noticed you really should have a raised limiter on this. 260 feels way too slow in this one because it's like feels right home. It should be lifted to.
That's right, and also this car sort of takes away the speed, right?
Yes.
So when you're doing highway speeds, you feel slow.
Yes.
And when you slow down, it feels very slow.
I mean, it's perfect for the highway. I would say it's like in another class than the M5 because with a 4-wheel drive, it makes much like a feeling of even more secure, and it's more spacious than the M5, and it doesn't feel as low as the M6 Grand Coupe, but larger inside in the cabin. As luxurious, but larger. So it's in a kind of a own class. 7 Series, but sporty.
Right. Let me wrap up maybe. One more function I just need to show. Like this lane depart warning.
Yes.
Have you tried it?
Yeah, it's
have you noticed what it does to the steering wheel?
Yes.
Well, yes, but also it pushes you back into the lane.
Oh yeah, maybe that. Yeah, because I was like wondering what it was doing. Oh yeah.
Because I'm usually watching my computer, emailing, and on the Facebook page.
While driving?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Don't tell anyone. I'm just kidding. Or am I? No, it's pretty handy because when you go over a line, it sort of nudges the wheel back again. So it will take you out there, and then it will just remind you that hey, you're going off, and I'm gonna help you.
Yeah, maybe that's right. That it really steers for you also.
It's pretty funny.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I mean, overall, would you say is it successful to have this large car as such a sporty version of such a large car?
Yes, it doesn't take away anything from the luxurious side or the comfort.
No.
I mean, right now we're in dynamic again, and it's still super comfortable.
So if you go in on the limit in this corner, how do you feel?
Oh, okay, let's try. I have to gear down.
Yeah, it feels nice.
Just secure.
Yeah. We have another corner coming up. Another 270 degrees corner. So
Okay,
that's good. Then I'm gonna
make some adjustmts.
make me prepared. So how would you say it communicates on the limit? Is it just it's understeer? That's what it's communicating.
Yeah, I guess it is pretty. It's a little bit detached, like compared to a racing car, obviously.
A little bit only.
Yeah, it is detached.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that you don't really get that much feedback through the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Because if you do that, it would mean also that it would be like this when you're going straight.
Yeah.
Just from small holes in the road, and they're taking that out of the equation.
Yeah.
The weight of the wheel is really nice.
Yeah.
It's got a nice feel to it, but it doesn't really communicate too much.
Okay. So if you would change it, I think we should take the left lane.
This one, next one.
Yeah, left lane. If you would change it to not be so much understeer, would it be a more fun car then? If you if you could take it up on not the drift, but it could oversteer somewhat more.
I don't know.
Here's a nice corner to the right.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's get back to that. Okay, we got workers.
Oh yeah. Okay.
We can still make a good exit. So I would say that question, Gustav.
Yeah.
I don't think, because that will take away the class.
Okay.
That will make it they'll turn it into an M5.
Okay.
And I don't think that's the purpose with this.
But would you like it in your S8? Change suspension so it's like.
Yes, I would.
Yes, yeah. So you could.
I shouldn't, but it would be my guilty pleasure.
Because
I wouldn't tell anyone, but it would be a drift machine.
And you would set faster times with it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, lap
sure.
time wise.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no doubt.
Yeah.
But again, it's not really. It's quick enough.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to
do the last 5%.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think so. And I'm not sure where to begin with this car if I was to modify it.
Yeah.
But I would leave it probably. But if I had the option, I would consider it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's to the right over here. Okay, so thank you, Alex, a lot for your opinion on the S8 and some driving, and I look forward to drive this car a little bit more actually.
My pleasure, Gustav. And you know what? If there's any questions or comments, you could pass it on to me and I can help
just
you
post
answer.
it below.
Yeah.
And you have your own YouTube channel. What's the address?
It's Alx Racing. ALX Racing in one word. But I warn you, it's mainly racing. It's not so much talking.
We'll look at that. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.